You've been following this Ashton Kutcher, Danny Masterson, Mila Kunis stuff very closely?
It's getting kind of messy, actually. Yeah.
Messy is putting it so nicely.
I know.
The S has hit the fan with, Chrissy Bixler is one of, I think she's the only public accuser of rape of Masterson, allegedly. Don't want to get into those waters. But the things that have been coming out now, Danny Masterson got, 30 years?
30 years.
Chrissy, with the events that have been happening, has dropped a bunch of bombs over the last week, going back and getting very uncomfortable, cringy audio that she's putting out for the world to hear. And, I think if Kutcher and Kunis would have kept their mouths shut and not did that whatever video, or did they speak to him in person? I don't know, for the judge, speaking on behalf of Masterson.
I don't think they knew those letters were going to get out of them sending the letters to the judge.
Yeah, I don't know. Was it a letter? I guess yeah. So
it was like a letter, yes.
Well, yeah, they got out. Boy, did they. So let's go through this whole little abyss of audio nuggets. The first one that came out was this Danny Masterson Conan interview, where it sounds like Conan knows a lot more than Conan is really saying, although he quips a few things that make you wonder. This was from years ago.
You have no accent, though. You have no Long Island accent that I can discern.
Not really. I've been in LA for like 10 years.
Mm-hmm. And it just goes away naturally, right?
It goes away naturally, and then there's also certain words that there's nothing you can do about. Like my friend Bodie Elfman, he always teases me and he says, "Hi, my name is Danny Masterson. Would you like to touch my balls?" Doing an imitation of me. Because certain words
why
you
are
just
you
can't
asking
get away
people
with.
to do that? That's the more important question.
I mean, you got them.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Accent aside.
Everybody should grab.
That's the more important thing.
Exactly.
I've heard about you. And you'll be caught soon. I know you will.
I will.
That was eerie at the end.
Yes.
You'll be caught soon. So then the moment they chose to write these letters for Danny Masterson, Ashton Kutcher, and Mila Kunis, and then they come out with a very flat apology that I think incited Chrissy Bixler.
Yeah, that apology was weird.
I mean, universally.
Staged,
Here it is.
We are aware of the pain that has been caused by the character letters that we wrote on behalf of Danny Masterson.
We support victims. We have done this historically through our work and will continue to do so in the future.
A couple months ago, Danny's family reached out to us and they asked us to write character letters to represent the person that we knew for 25 years so that the judge could take that into full consideration relative to the sentencing.
The letters were not written to question the legitimacy of the judicial system or the validity of the jury's ruling.
They were intended for the judge to read and not to undermine the testimony of the victims or reach homicides them in any way. We would never want to do that. And we're sorry if that has taken place.
Our heart goes out to every single person who's ever been a victim of sexual assault, sexual abuse, or rape.
My heart goes out as much as I can read this teleprompter. That's how far it goes out.
I mean, it's like they put a phone up and they were in a corner somewhere. I think it made things worse.
Awkward. So awkward. So that got Chrissy Bixler loading her viral gun of audio nuggets. Here's the first one. This is a promo from that 70s show. You have to really kind of strain to listen. It's old audio, but you can make out what's happening here. The scene is, you can't even see Ashton Kutcher because Mila Kunis is sitting on his lap. Mila. So she's totally blocking him.
Hi, I'm Ashton Kutcher, and I'm from That 70s Show TV. No, That 70s Show too.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm doing this is not because I think In the Grease is good, but because Jock told me Mila would sit on my lap and like, and it feels good.
He said the only reason I'm doing this promo is because they said that I could have her sit on my lap.
Okay.
And it feels good.
Whoa.
That's nothing. So let's go to Punked. This is a Punked episode that this woman, Chrissy, has dug up.
Hillary Duff is in Lizzie McGuire. She also has an album out. She's going to be in a movie called Cheaper by the Dozen. And she's one of the girls that we're all waiting for to turn 18, along with the Olsen twins.
No, this
Yeah.
is not good. This is terrible.
I'm surprised you're just hearing this for the first time.
Wait, so she pieced all of this together.
Oh, no, they're all out there individually. It's bad. And then they even get into the Wilmer, what's his last name?
Valderrama.
The stuff where he was bragging about taking, virgins. He's got his
Yeah,
own
what was up with that show? I know.
issues. So 2 more. Here's Masterson and Kunis together doing an interview.
I ended up getting the job, and I didn't
Working
know.
with me.
Yeah, and she was as hot as she was. Come on, this one. 14, she was even hotter. I'm not allowed to say that.
And have you guys learned a lot from this acting job? I mean, has it taught you a lot about acting, Hollywood, the whole thing?
It taught me how to be friends with someone like Danny.
Yeah.
It taught him how to be friends with someone like me.
That's weird.
And what, did they ever have a thing, Masterson and Kunis?
I'm going to Google that, but I don't think so.
Very handsy. Like very all over kind of each other in these videos. So here's the most uncomfortable one, and it's a minute 40-ish, but it's kind of hard to, I was trying to edit it and cut it down, but there really wasn't anything that you should remove. This was Ashton and Kunis, Mila, on with Rosie. Remember when she had her daytime show?
Yes, and I have just confirmed that she did date Danny Masterson.
She did.
They broke up in June of 2002. They dated for 5 months.
Wow. Okay, that
And then he
explains
started dating Bijou Phillips.
That explains.
Whoa, and whoa.
So listen to this. They're on the Rosie O'Donnell show, and this thing just gets worse and worse as it goes. Ashton Kutcher, Mila Kunis.
What's funny is when she was 14 when we started the show. I was like 19, right?
Right.
And they're like, okay, you guys are going to be making out in this scene. And I'm like thinking like, wait, this is like slightly
I was
illegal,
gonna say, that's
right?
probably your first kiss ever, right?
It was my first kiss. Why someone bet you made with Danny about our first kiss?
No, it wasn't the first kiss. It was like a second or third kiss.
It was the first. It was like the first week.
No, it was not the first week.
Whatever. Let me tell you what happened.
Let me tell you what happened.
No. Okay, so I've never kissed a guy. So I was so. I mean, Ash was attractive, and I was a 14-year-old little girl, and I was extremely scared for my life.
Sure.
And he was very nice about it. He was like, "Oh, don't worry." So I was like, "Okay." Then Danny goes and goes, "Dude, I'll give you $10 if you French kiss her." Why would you stick your tongue in my mouth or some?
What? No.
For $10.
You're making it sound like it was like really. Okay, Dan, we had a little side bet going.
Yeah.
Like,
Which was?
It wasn't very
as to
inside.
whether or not, you're kissing on the show or boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah.
You would use tongue, right, Rosie? I mean, you would.
It depends what kind of an actor you are, I guess.
Absolutely, right?
Yeah.
So Danny bets me like $20 that I wouldn't do it, and of course I'm like, yeah, sure. What's the deal? You
And
know?
then the cops showed up and you got arrested, pretty much.
They should have, but they didn't.
He never did it. And
I so did.
He claims to this day he did it. I swear.
Mila, I
Never.
so did it.
He never did it?
I didn't let him. I think he tried, but I think I kept my mouth so closed.
Come on.
Yeah. You did the old teeth block?
Yes.
Yeah, you didn't let him do the teeth block.
You were like,
He never got his
You were
tongue
very
in.
excited.
You didn't, Ashton. Just admit it.
Dad, I
come
swear.
back.
She's 14. She did it. You stop it.
She would know that was not the first. You had turned 15 by then.
No, she was 12, but I know it.
There's a big difference. That 1 year makes the whole world change.
All right, then.
Isn't it amazing how all these talk show hosts were all like towards the end of these segments like, okay.
Well, the interesting thing is you just imagine that happening today. That interview would not happen today because she was 14.
And
then Rosie's like, she was 12 or whatever, but
I believe the world of cancel is looking over with a side eye at Ashton and Mila. I believe that this woman, Chrissy Bixler, who had every right to, this is all public stuff, has created a very interesting situation.
I think, they're good intentions because they're friends with Danny Masterson and sending the judge, a letter about his character. They didn't realize that would become public, and now it's just blowing back in their face.
Blowing back. Do you think that their vibe was because of the whole 70s, like, in the 70s, sex was loose and all that culture? Do you think that they were just trying, like, in it so deep with that show, they were just kind of acting like that?
I'm not sure. I didn't realize she was only 14 when she started the show, and then we find out that she did date Danny Masterson, even though it was only 5 months.
Wow.